Yeah, here we go. Time for Raw, week 14. I just want to say I already had this whole, all these clips, every single one of these clips, recorded since Tuesday, but I'm finally doing the voiceover for it on Friday because I am just that damn lazy. Anyway, here we go. Main event for your episode of Raw. Same like your last episode. AJ Styles, he's going to issue a non-title open challenge just to see who's going to climb up the rankings faster for his WWE title. Last week it was Ken Shamrock. He lost, but it was a pretty nice back and forth contest, I'll admit that. But we shall see who it is this week. It could be anyone from the Raw roster or an unsigned free agent. But anyway, a rematch from last week, as we did have Sami Zayn take on this man right here, John Bradshaw Layfield, also known as JBL. And JBL, he lost in some quite quick fashion, and so we shall see if JBL is able to erase that and hopefully get a win here tonight against Sami Zayn, as Zayn did win on your last episode of Raw. I see where JBL doing well so far, taking down the high-flying Sami Zayn, but nope. Zayn just easily countering that, I guess. Now JBL definitely going to get a little bit frustrated throughout this matchup. He wants to end this quickly, but now Zayn off those ropes multiple times, perhaps going for the hula kick. Didn't fully connect. Nails that drop kick, though. That connected with JBL. And now JBL off top rope. Nope, never mind. Thought otherwise. Zayn trying to wear him down. JBL trying to do the same here. Same Zayn did win on your last episode of Raw. So JBL looking to erase that. Looking to get a victory here. Perhaps tie it 1-1. JBL looking for... He's looking to be noticed here on the Raw roster as Sami Zayn. He's been noticed a couple times. He was close to winning the WWE title to begin Universe Mode here on Raw, but CM Punk did beat him to it, and Punk was the first ever WWE champion. But not to say, Sami Zayn, if he did win that match, he will become the first ever WWE champion in this Universe Mode. Perhaps could have held it to currently, but no, let's see right there. That's going to have to be it. As the Helluva Kick gets Sami Zayn another victory against JBL, and JBL definitely not happy about that, but anyway, Zayn, he gets a victory here tonight, and this time in quicker fashion. And so, ladies and gentlemen, Sami Zayn, outsmarting JBL, once again gets a victory here tonight. And well, as we get into, I guess you could say, a little bit of a glimpse of some tag team action with the Hardy Boys and whole Undertaker and Cain situation, with the Hardy Boys, of course, being the current Raw Tag Team Champions. They did defeat the Brood. Stuff like that. So Hardy Boys, they are the Raw Tag Team Champions. Undertaker and Cain, Brothers of Destruction, they are the number one contenders for the Tag Team titles. I forgot how they became the number one contenders, but I believe they defeated Breezango or something like that. So that works out heavily in favor. They won in an episode of Raw. So this is why we've been having these 1-1 contests. And of course, in the last episode, it was Jeff Hardy and Cain. This episode here is Cain taking on Matt Hardy. And perhaps in Raw Week 15, which should be the next episode of Raw, we could perhaps either get Matt Hardy taking on The Undertaker, or Undertaker and Jeff Hardy. Perhaps, let's see right now. Matt Hardy on top rope, nails spin heel kick right to Cain. And ladies and gentlemen, we shall come back from commercial break. And here we go, Raw continues as there Matt Hardy taking a nasty landing on the outside, almost falling through the table right there. Almost falling through the announcer's table. It's been through a lot, so please, no one fall through a table. Oh, it's got to fall through a table. Anyway, now Cain has him, a powerbomb right to Matt Hardy. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Raw continues here and live, only on YouTube. And by live, I just mean, you know what I mean? We need to make this feel like an actual episode of something, so we need to make this feel realistic. I am... Kayfabe's dead, so... Yeah, okay, anyway. I broke kayfabe, but kayfabe has already been dead, so that works out heavily well, I guess. Now, Matt, well, he did take a nasty land once again on count of 7 here. Cain, waiting for Matt to perhaps get back up. Now, he's just going to suplex him back into the ring. That works out well for Matt. Cain not choosing the count-out victory. Nails the big boot, though. That one has to be at this point 1, 2, only a 2 count as Matt kicking out. And now it's drop kick right there. Does Matt Hardy. And now will miss a spin heel kick. And Cain has him up. Choke slam. Straight down the hell goes Matt Hardy. Cain not done yet. Another choke slam. Once again, Cain not done. And a third, this time on to the middle of the ring. Right in the center. 1, 2, and 3. 3 choke slams for a 3 count. And Cain picks up a victory here tonight on Raw as we now continue to your third matchup. We're quickly getting by the card here on Raw, but don't forget main event Styles against a random opponent. Whoever answers the open challenge. So that should definitely be a good one. Hopefully. But anyway, now Misawa, he takes on Big Caswell. Ladies and gentlemen, if you cast your minds back to the last episode of Raw, which was Raw Week 13, to last week's episode of Raw, where we did have Big Cass and Misawa team up against, I believe it was Christian and Vampiro. Was it? I can't fully remember now. It was Vampiro and Christian, specifically for the Brood. They took on Cass and Misawa, and for that one, Big Cass just walked out during the matchup on Misawa, and then after that, Misawa had to fend for himself, but then he got distracted by Cass walking out, and then I believe it was Christian who pulled off a small package on Misawa and then picked up the victory for the Brood. Christian and Vampiro, they've specifically been teaming up for the Brood, while it's been Edge and Gangrel for the Brood, where they have been teaming up, and also Edge and Gangrel, former Raw Tag Team Champions. They did lose the tag titles to the Hard Boys. So we've not gotten Gangrel and Vampiro team up, nor have we gotten Christian and Gangrel team up in a while, nor Edge and Christian specifically. So the Brood, it's like they're split on two sides. The stronger side being Gangrel, which is the leader of the Brood, of course, along with Edge being his number 1 pick, I guess, and then Vampiro, of course, the newest member of the Brood. And he's been teamed up with lower ranked member of the Brood, Christian, who has gotten a whole lot of losses here in Universe Mode, which is why he's lower ranked, I guess, and Vampiro not doing so well currently as well. So that's the part of the Brood. But anyway, casting back to the action inside the ring, Misawa and Cass, they've been having a whole lot of one-on-one matches lately, as here Cass, the big man, gets on flying from the belly suplex by Misawa. Now Misawa taunting that perhaps could cause him, but nope. Well, okay, what's happening? Okay, well, that worked out well for Misawa in the end. Multiple counters in a row, and now Cass, well, he dodges that very easily. The big man may be perhaps slow, but see right there, Misawa. The strength of Misawa throughout this whole matchup definitely is impressive too. To lift up a big man like Big Cass, and of course Con Cassidy, definitely athletic. I see there, he pulls off Hurricanrana. I keep forgetting to change that away from his moveset, but that's just working out well. Big boot right to the face of Misawa. Perhaps that could be it. Big boot's been working out well for big men. And in this whole episode of Raw, worked out well with Cain. And now Big Cass using it to his advantage. See there, another big boot right to Misawa. And now Misawa will see there, Bridget suplex, taking down Cass. And now Misawa on the top rope. What can he be playing here? Frog splash by the New Japan Pro Wrestling legend. And now, well, is it New Japan? I don't know. I can't fully remember. It was a Japanese company, okay? I know that. Anyway. Misawa you got taken up there. Cass, of course, as you obviously see, a very, very big competitor. And so that definitely must have been a long way down for Misawa. And now Cass taking him now with that back suplex powerbomb. We've seen Cass do that many times throughout this Universe Mode and throughout many matches onto Misawa. For example, some of their matches on Heat, where Cass has done that before to Misawa. So these two, they've been having pretty nice back and forth contests in matches before. I believe Misawa, he has won most of them. Cass, of course, the young upcoming rookie, looking to perhaps be seen as a threat, and he's gonna have to do that by defeating a great competitor such as the veteran experience such as Misawa. Anyway, now Cass off the ropes. He's just gonna slip on it because the CPU is near it. Figure 4 let-out rope break as Raw rolls on here on YouTube, I guess. I don't know. Okay, here we go, and we are back. Misawa and Big Cass. This match continues as Sierra there. Misawa taking him down with the Bridget suplex. Big Cass not doing so well here. German suplex from the veteran Misawa. And another German suplex. Suplex City has come early before Brock Lesnar can even debut on Raw because he's too damn lazy. And now Misawa, well, looking for something there. Big Cass nails that Hurricanrana again. I swear I need to take that off of Big Cass's moveset because that's very inaccurate. Nice overdrop. Like, did he even connect? I'm not even sure. Cass, he's dazed. Looking for it again. Is he missing these overdrops? I don't know. Anyway, third time's the charm actually connects to the back this time. Misawa not gonna sell that because reasons. And now with the armbar onto Big Cass, looking to perhaps just, I don't know, breakers, something. Well, of course, I don't know. I ran out of stuff to say. DET from Misawa. That was nicely done, I guess. Ankle lock to the big man Cass. Imagine Cass is gonna tap out to this. Misawa definitely more skilled in the ring. Now has him up off the ropes and a double on her power. Wait, Cass, he's not selling it again. By Misawa once again, not a sell. A third time, Big Cass not selling none of those. Just me got up. Baby suplex. He's not gonna sell that either. Are you kidding me? And now Cass, well, Big Cass, apparently he's immortal or something. Not gonna sell none of those. Has him, well, trying to hurt around there. I need to take that off of Cass's moveset. Misawa now, well, he's just gonna get monkey flipped for his troubles. Trying to summon here, but Big Cass not gonna let Misawa do any sort of humongous bit of offense, I guess. No, Cass, well, double on hook. Tire suplex into a victory roll. Cass all coiled up, and well, that's gonna help out Misawa. Big Cass sold absolutely none of those moves until that one, and Mr. Misawa, he picks up a victory here on Raw against Big Cass. And so Cass, once again, not happy with losing to Misawa. But anyway, that's that, I guess. We've gone through a whole lot here, but now we need Pan backstage. Something's happening. Wait, what? Magnus? Well, this is too fair if you really think about it. No, that's surprising because Stage Magnus, of course, he did answer Shinsuke Nakamura's He did answer Shinsuke's open challenge on the Raw Sealed Fate pay-per-view a couple of weeks back. And of course, Nakamura, he did ultimately defeat Magnus in the open challenge. Well, it was Magnus's fault for accepting it, I guess. Spin the beer right into Nakamura's eyes. And now Magnus definitely mad about his loss. Attacking Shinsuke backstage here. Magnus definitely wants a retribution after him losing a couple weeks back on pay-per-view. And now full Nelson suplex right through the table. Nakamura is out cold. And Magnus, well, he's just going to walk away. And Magnus gets the last laugh. Nakamura and Magnus were not booked for a match at all here in this episode of Raw. But hey, apparently Magnus making his presence felt today on Raw, attacking Nakamura. Well, later, of course, Shinsuke, he did pull an open challenge on the Raw Sealed Fate pay-per-view. Of course, Magnus did accept it, and Magnus did lose. Not too happy about that is Magnus attacking Nakamura backstage. But anyway, moving on to our fourth match of the night. Here we go. Alright, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Breezango. These two men, they made their presence felt here in this universe mode, and so they've had many matches here in this universe mode, but yet no opportunities at the Raw Tag Team Championships. They've had number one contenders matches in the past. Of course, they lost against Undertaker and Cain a couple weeks back on Raw. But anyway, this is finally something that we're seeing with the Mercy Machine Guns. Of course, that they did debut in universe mode here on the Raw roster specifically a couple of episodes back, and they have actually not teamed up at all, because when they debuted, it was in a fatal four-way against Batista and Sami Zayn, and of course themselves, and it was to figure out who would be the number one contender for the Intercontinental Championship. The one who won that is specifically Alex Shelley, and now he is currently the Intercontinental Champion, and Chris Sabin currently the number one contender. Chris Sabin, of course, the one who's inside the ring. He's currently the legal man in the ring, taking on Fandango. And Alex Shelley, the Intercontinental Champion, the one on the side of the ring, the one on the ring apron. And so this is gonna be interesting to see how these two men fare out, because of course, while they are mostly known for being a tag team, Shelley, he's currently the Intercontinental Champion. Sabin is currently the number one contender. So we shall see if they do get along or not here tonight against Fandango and Tyler Breeze of Breezango. And now Breeze off the top rope, nails the frog splash onto the outside. And Tyler Breeze now having his way with Sabin. Chris Sabin, of course, he did win the number one contenders. I believe it was a fatal four-way in their latest live event house show tour that we do monthly because reasons, I guess. We did one in January, we did one in February. We need to do one. No, we did one we did one in December. We did one in January. We need to do one for February here before the 28th of February because February is not a special since it only has 28 days. But anyway, besides the point, we just need to hurry and do a live event for February before March happens. So I'll make sure to do that. One match for Easter, one match for Raw, one match for SmackDown, because I don't want to be putting 8 matches like what I did in December. And well, Fandango with a cheap shot right to Akshay, punched him right in the face there, taunting him. Well, that wasn't Akshay, that was Chris Sabin, my bad. But now Akshay, he's on the outside against Tyler Breeze. Well, it was against Tyler Breeze. Now Breeze back in the ring. Well, this is gonna be a chaotic matchup. So why not we trim this belt as Raw rolls on? Yeah. Well, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Raw continues as Theodore, Tyler Breeze, and Chris Sabin. I believe Chris Sabin. He's been getting in a couple shots during commercial break, but so far it's still been Tyler Breeze with the upper hand. He has more momentum in this matchup so far. Sabin, he's feeling a little bit more weakened, but now Theodore, Chris Sabin all of a sudden turned up, nails that fisherman suplex into a DDT. That was nice, or it's like a double unhook DDT, something like that. But now Akshay, he's finally tagged into his matchup. Fandango taunting Shelly, and now Sabin better hurry and get to his corner before anything else happens with the invisible referee, I guess. Anyway, now Akshay, the Intercontinental Champion, taking on Tyler Breeze here now with the crossface had it on Breeze for a couple seconds there. Breeze, his whole attack's gonna get answered with a snapmare, I guess. I don't know, I'm running out of words to say here. I really didn't want to I'm too lazy to actually do a voiceover. But anyway, here we go. Akshay now, couple strikes, nails that dropkick right to Tyler Breeze, right on the face. And now the face of Prince Pretty is now busted open. Another dropkick by Shelly, making sure Breeze just breaks the mirror or something like that. Because at this point, those stitches are going to start looking ugly. And that's not going to help out the case for Tyler Breeze, well, at least in his own personal opinion. Akshay doing very well in this matchup so far. He's been having a better showing against his tag team partner, Chris Sabin. But of course, once Shelly or Sabin, because we don't know who's going to walk out with the Intercontinental title for one day face for the Intercontinental Championship, but we don't know what's going to happen. But once we have a different Intercontinental Champion besides Shelly or Sabin, what a 450 leg drop. That was beautiful. After Tyler Breeze falls right to the outside. And well, that was a great move by Akshay. Definitely effective right there. But once Sabin or Shelly no longer has the Intercontinental Championship, depending on the time period, I guess, and depending on what happens later on in Universe Mode, you gotta think of how much of a good tag team they're gonna be. Because of course they're good in real life, but see how Universe Mode performs for them, I guess. Now, Fandango on top rope misses the clothesline on Chris Sabin. Very ungraceful. Not very graceful. Well, Shelly now with the victory roll right to Tyler Breeze on top of Chris Sabin. That woke up Sabin. Now Breeze snapmare right to Akshay, but now he has Chris Sabin looking for something there, but Sabin just gonna count out a couple kicks. And now another 450 leg drop by Alex Shelley. That one has to be it right there. Chris Sabin keeping Fandango away from trying to break it up. And nice tag team work by the Mercy Machine Guns, Chris Sabin and Alex Shelley. Shelley, the Intercontinental Champion, he gets a victory for his team here tonight on Raw. And so Shelley and Sabin, they got along throughout the whole tag team match. Well, of course, because they're naturally born tag team partners. So that works out well. Even the CPU in this AI game knows it. Anyway, so here we go. That was a good contest. They had a good showing. Well, ladies and gentlemen, your fifth matchup definitely is going to be a good one because we're going to be debuting the women's roster for both Raw, ECW, and SmackDown. And so your next matchup here on Raw is going to be a showcase of the whole Raw women's roster. And I'm just doing this so we can have more variety on the show besides having rip-off Cruiserweight titles on both Raw and ECW and the actual Cruiserweight title on SmackDown. Speaking of that, well, ladies and gentlemen, soon to come later on, Prince Puma, he's going to call a promo acknowledging him still being the X Division champion, and we shall see what goes on from there. Cody Rhodes, I believe Rhodes has his rematch clause for the X Division Championship, and if not, well then I don't know, because I forgot what we did, since I'm just pulling off like one episode of Humorous Mode for Raw, Easter, and SmackDown specifically in 2 weeks, so therefore I am a little bit lazy in doing this. But anyway, here we go, as we now go to your Heat recap of what happened on earlier in the show. So here we go, I guess. Okay, well, ladies and gentlemen, this is what happened earlier on in the night in Heat. Heat, of course, 2 matches just to get the crowd riled up before the actual Raw starts. As seen here, no orange ropes for Heat, specifically for this one, because I forgot to put in the orange ropes, and I just kept it red before I did Raw, and so I forgot to put in the orange ropes for Heat. But anyway, besides the point, Shinsuke Nakamura against Silas Young. There you go, King Shasa, 1, 2, 3, because Silas Young now doing not blown Humorous Mode. See, 3 count. That's what happened. Silas Young. And of course, the newly found tag team of Rick Rude and Mark Nero. It's not that when I did that, like 2 weeks prior, I believe. But anyway, this was Edge and Gangrel of the Brood looking to get some momentum after they lost their Raw tag titles. Edge and Rick Rude to Leakman drop kick out of nowhere from Edge after Gangrel distracted Rick Rude, and they not knowing Gangrel to say to just make sure that Edge gets the victory, I guess. Well, anyway, he distracted Mark Merrill. Edge gets the victory by pinning Rick Rude, and so Edge and Gangrel, they get some more momentum, hopefully looking to win back those Raw tag titles that they lost to the Hardy Boys back in your Raw Sealed Fate pay-per-view. But anyway, that was that. That's what happened in Heat. Heat not a special, which is why we did, which is why we stopped doing full shows for it, because I don't know, reasons, I guess. Anyway, that was your Heat recap with no orange ropes, because I just forgot to put it in the orange ropes. Yeah, my bad. Anyway, that was your Heat recap, I guess. I'm running out of ideas to do here. I really didn't want to do a voiceover for this, but anyway, doesn't matter. I'm breaking kayfabe here. Moving on. Well, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget, main event. Once again, AJ Styles. He issues a non-title open challenge for his WWE Championship. Last week, it was Ken Shamrock who answered the open challenge. It was a pretty nice back-and-forth contest between the two men. And well, ladies and gentlemen, ultimately, in the end, it was Ken Shamrock who took the L. AJ Styles walked out of the night with the victory. But anyway, Styles, he has said for last week when he cut his open challenge promo that whoever defeats him in the non-title contest is most likely more or less going to get a number 1 contender's shot for his WWE title in the future. So, whoever answers the open challenge and whoever shall win the open challenge does get a number 1 contender's shot. Shamrock, he did come close, but he did lose. But rumors are speculating that Ken Shamrock, he could perhaps become number 1 contender for AJ Styles' WWE Championship due to his showing and of how many times he kicked out the Styles Clash, which was definitely an impressive showing. But on Superstars, Ken Shamrock, he did lose to Randy Orton. I believe he lost to Randy Orton. And so, well, ladies and gentlemen, we shall see what happens with Ken Shamrock. But anyway, we shall see who actually answers Styles' open challenge later on tonight in the main event Raw. Also, your next matchup up to come, your Raw Women's Division Showcase, where we're not going to announce none of the Raw Pacific women, but they will be showcased in the whole Battle Royal, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, well, as we move backstage, Ricochet, time for his mic time. We shall see what your X Division champion for Raw has to say. Ladies and gentlemen, as you all may or may not have noticed, at the Raw Sealed Fate pay-per-view, I successfully retained my Raw X Division Championship against number 1 contender Cody Rhodes. Now, well, Rhodes, he did give up a good fight, I guess. But I've now decided that the X Division Championship, it holds more prestige than most people shall think. Now, while there may not be all that many high flyers on Raw compared to the ECW and SmackDown rosters, I want to see if I can make this title more prestigious. But in order for me to do that, I need to be showcased here on the Raw roster more, while the staff and general manager of Raw backstage, Eric Bischoff, does not necessarily really like me all that much. Let's just say I'm not their favorite person in the world. But I will now officially announce that I hereby answer AJ Styles' WWE non-title open challenge next week on Raw. And if I am to actually defeat Styles, then I hope to soon become WWE champion if I am able to ever get a number one contender shot. And I also will perhaps even become the first ever X Division and WWE champion, but we shall see. Now let's just say, Styles, next week, you're going to have to prepare for a real high flyer in Prince Puma. Well, ladies and gentlemen, blockbuster, and indeed, I definitely do mean a major blockbuster announcement made by your X Division champion Prince Puma. He did have an impressive showing against Cody Rhodes at your Raw Steel Fate pay-per-view, successfully retaining that X Division title of his. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not actually sure if he could fully do that, though. While he is an amazing athlete, but I'm not even sure if he could actually even confirm himself to answer your WWE champion AJ Styles' open challenge next week. Well, I guess he better make it in the ring before anyone else, I guess, at this point, because we all now know that Prince Puma is gunning for the WWE Championship, but we shall see what goes along with the X Division title along these next couple of weeks of Raw. But anyway, moving on, because now it's time for a Raw Women's Division showcase, definitely filled with a whole lot of talented women, perhaps more than ECW, more than SmackDown, or perhaps equal to. But we shall see as we now finally showcase women for the first time in this Booking Revolution Euros Mode series. So I guess this could be historic down in the Euros Mode record books. We shall see who wins the first ever women's match in Euros Mode. And the first one to do it is gonna be Raw. So here we go. As now let's introduce the 6 women you see in that Raw ring right there. Trish Stratus, Awesome Kong, Nikki Bella, Bayley, Becky Lynch, and Chyna, all of which are specifically on the Raw roster. Now, of course, while 6 women necessarily is not much of a huge major roster here on Raw, but it's good for the time being as Theater Awesome Kong immediately eliminating Chyna. Definitely a bit of a major upset there. Chyna definitely well known, well respected here in Euros Mode. And there goes Bayley by the veteran Trish Stratus. Chyna, of course, a veteran in her own right, and now Awesome Kong perhaps about to be eliminated by Becky, but no, Becky Lynch able to not fully get the job done. But now, just like that, we're immediately down from 6 to 4 women. Nikki Bella, Trish Stratus, well, never mind, now we're now down 3. This is going by quickly. Trish is out of here, and well, we've now gone by to 3. Awesome Kong, Becky Lynch, and Nikki Bella, which are the 3 women here for Raw now. Of course, Chyna, Bayley, Trish Stratus, they're now out. But now this begs to differ the question. This is not going to be for the Raw Women's Championship. No, because we can't make this all much of a good episode of Raw all that quickly. I don't know. It's just not going to be for Women's title, I guess. I don't know. But anyway, you got to think definitely on whatever happens in the next few episodes of Raw. We shall see whoever wins this battle royal. Perhaps get a little bit more of some special privileges, I guess, to see who becomes the Raw Women's Champion. I don't know why I can't talk at all today, but hey, that's just what's going on. Now, Becky and Awesome Kong, both of these 2 women on the ring apron. Becky perhaps going to fall off it. Perhaps Awesome Kong, we shall see. And there goes Awesome Kong. Becky Lynch eliminating the behemoth of this matchup. And now we're down to 2 already. Nikki Bella and Becky Lynch specifically for Raw. Nikki jumps off the top rope. She misses that wildly. Okay, then. And now Becky, perhaps definitely the more talented of the 2 women. Now that's to say, she was perhaps the most talented of all these 6, to be fair. Definitely the best wrestling ability, at least. This sounds very wrong now. I don't know. This sounds very biased. Anyway, Becky now trying, perhaps could set that up for the disarmer, as she is trying to work down the arm of Nikki Bella. Perhaps it'll be easier to get her over the top rope. She does work on the arm, but definitely has to work on the legs a little bit more. Becky, now that experience with working on the legs, definitely works on the arms a little bit more to break apart the arms. But now Nikki Bella, definitely a little bit of a veteran experience herself, which means that she could perhaps easily win this matchup. But we all thought either Chyna or Trish would survive long, but never mind. Becky Lynch, her Karana, out of nowhere, and Becky wins this quick Raw Women's Championship. Well, not Raw Women's Championship, but Raw Women's Battle Royal. That was the showcase for the 6 women. I know it doesn't look all that impressive, but we shall see if ECW or SmackDown does better, I guess. Because both ECW and SmackDown are also going to have Battle Royals to showcase all their women on their roster. So I guess that's how it goes, I guess. Okay, I know that was a little bit lackluster, but anyway. Moving on to your main event, we shall see who answers. Is that even the word? Well, we shall see who accepts AJ Styles' WWE Championship non-title open contest. Let's go back to the ring. Ladies and gentlemen, I am, of course, your WWE Champion of the Raw roster. I am, of course, the phenomenal one. I am AJ Styles. Last week, I'll admit, my performance wasn't all that very phenomenal, as I did get an unexpected opponent in Ken Shamrock. Now, I will have to give Ken Shamrock all the damn credit in the world. He was a tough opponent. Well, he was a tough opponent last week for me. But now, hopefully, this gets a little bit easier. Due to the open challenge rules that I have established, Shamrock, he cannot go inside his open challenge once again. But he is closer to perhaps, in the power. He's closer to just being in the power rankings, I guess, for my WWE Championship due to his amazing performance, I guess. But amazing is nowhere near phenomenal. So now, moving on, we shall see who answers my open challenge for this week specifically. As now, we shall see whoever and any damn wrestler in the back who wants to prove that they are better than the phenomenal one, AJ Styles. Well, you guys could come down to this very ring, answer this challenge, and hope, just hope, that you could beat me and see if you could get closer for coming for this WWE title that I have on this very shoulder. Anyway, Raw roster, who you got this week? Well, there goes Styles in the ring. We got this main event underway, and it is, ladies and gentlemen, well, Styles said none can be better than phenomenal, but then how about the best? Specifically, the best in the world, CM Punk, the first ever WWE Champion of this numerous mode, and the first ever WWE Champion of the Raw roster. He has answered Styles' open challenge, of course, non-title. But now we shall see if Punk, with the backslide, looking to get an easy victory here. CM Punk has answered the open challenge. Of course, he did defeat Alberto Del Rio in the Raw Sealed Fate pay-per-view as retribution for Del Rio attacked him backstage. And of course, now CM Punk with the Bulldog to Styles, taking him down. CM Punk now taunting to the crowd. The crowd fired up. They're electric for this main event. This could perhaps even be better than Styles vs. Shamrock. Styles taking advantage of the easy distraction from the crowd as Punk taunting to the crowd, getting them fired up, doing the schoolboy roll-up. Styles definitely caught Punk off guard there. But now Punk with the high knee strike right to Styles, taking him down. And ladies and gentlemen, Raw rolls on with this blockbuster main event. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. As here we go on Raw, and so far it's been a pretty good main event. Punk and Styles, they did get busted open during the commercial break. Mostly Punk though, as they were going for GTS. Styles had that one scouted very easily, and well, AJ Styles, he definitely did take a whole lot of damage throughout the whole commercial break. But now Punk, he did take somewhat a decent amount of damage, but now has him up, perhaps going for GTS against Styles. Has that one easily scouted, and now the phenomenal one baiting Punk into the ring apron. The up and down. Now Styles, what's he going for here? 450 splash right to CM Punk on top of the broken table. As well, Styles again, another 450 splash. It's the best in the world. CM Punk brainbuster onto the outside, and Punk, he is busted open. It is a pool of blood that is on CM Punk's face, and now Punk's face has now officially turned into a red crimson mask. Brainbuster once again. Punk landed on foot, whichever gets sent back down. AJ Styles, no mercy being shown here. Another 450 splash by your WWE Champion, the phenomenal one, AJ Styles. Punk back inside of the ring, well, at least specifically on the ring apron. Now both these men back inside the ring, figuring out that they can't win, well, via count. Well, they could, but definitely not a victory none of these two men really would want very much. Punk missing the high knee strike. He missed it. Well, he was way too late for that specifically. And now Styles missing the grapple. Punk has him in backslide. CM Punk could get the victory here. Only a 1 count for Punk. And now Styles sets right up for a JTS. Styles immediately got up after it. CM Punk, all the blood just flowing out from his head. He just passed out after that, and the count of ice, but no, Styles had that one scouted. But now AJ Styles, he's busted open just a little bit more. But Punk still busted open there. Let's Styles clash out of nowhere. Styles with the wherewithal to pin him. This one has to be at 1, 2 count. And ladies and gentlemen, this match could easily top the one we had last week with Styles and Ken Shamrock. But now Styles, scope a rope, count, multiple counters. I said counted twice there. Multiple counters there. And now AJ Styles has him up. Well, went for the Hurricane there. Punk had that one scouted. Nice counter by the so-called best in the world. Well, at least in his mind, CM Punk. Styles likes to think differently. He likes things. He's phenomenal. 450 splash. Well, he's went for a whole lot of those throughout this whole matchup. That one has... Nope. Not going to be it. Never mind. Styles now taunting to the crowd. Getting them hyped up here for this main event. Here on Raw, off the ropes goes Styles. Nails the boot right to the face to CM Punk. Punk struggling to get up. The blood rushing through his head. Well, it's rushing and flowing out of his head as well. Punk misses the knee drop against Styles on top of the rope. Well, Punk catches him in midair with the backwards neck breaker. High knee strike out of nowhere. Punk sees an opportunity and tribute to the Macho Man Randy Savage with the vintage double drop. 1, 2, only a 2 count. And Punk, he's struggling now. CM Punk, he's struggling to just try to figure out something here. Styles on top rope. Nails the spin heel kick finally onto CM Punk. And now another 450 splash. AJ Styles off the ropes now. Nails that, well, moonsault type maneuver, I guess. And now looking for Styles Splash perhaps. But now Punk has him up. Looking for GTS. No, Styles counters Hurricanrana. Back and forth action. I'm running out of breath here. Styles has him. Going for a Styles Clash again. Punk has it nicely scouted. Well, nice counter from Styles with the X Factor. Facebuster, I guess. Punk going for that GTS. Styles going for the Styles Clashes. Both of these men missing it a whole lot of times here in this matchup. Now Punk, well, speaking of the devil, because CM Punk nails the GTS. Punk, he doesn't even have enough energy to fully cross Styles. Styles gets up before Punk, and it was Punk who delivers GTS backslide. Out of nowhere, has him 1, 2, 3? It was 3. CM Punk, with the backslide, gets the victory over AJ Styles, the first ever WWE champion in numerous mode. He has now officially pinned the current WWE champion of numerous mode. CM Punk has pinned the phenomenal AJ Styles. And ladies and gentlemen, CM Punk perhaps is now number 1 contender due to him pinning Styles here in this matchup. Well, don't forget, Bobby Lashley, of course, he does have his whole rematch clause. And remember, he did defeat CM Punk and Roman Reigns in a triple threat to become WWE champion. Lashley still has his rematch clause. Ricochet is gonna answer AJ Styles' open challenge again. Well, not again, but he's gonna answer it next week. And well, CM Punk has officially defeated AJ Styles, and Ken Shamrock lurking in the background looking for a WWE title opportunity. Well, ladies and gentlemen, AJ Styles, the WWE champion, suddenly, all of a sudden, the WWE title picture looking a little bit more crowded, as it could be now going to Styles versus Ricochet, Styles versus Punk, Styles versus Shamrock, Styles versus Lashley, or, well, for Styles, it could be Styles versus all 4 of those men. We shall see what happens in the next few episodes of Raw. Well, that's that. Thank you all for watching. I definitely did enjoy this episode of Raw, although it doesn't seem like I have, because I don't know, because I got a little bit too lazy during commentary for like the first few matches. But it was a pretty decent episode of Raw. So anyway, well, don't miss the next episode of Universe Mode, which shall be ECW Week 14, Head Over Heels. And as we now kick things off for ECW, first our ECW after their exclusive Sin pay-per-view. So we shall see what happens whenever we actually start to do ECW. So that shall be interesting. And thank you guys for all watching as well. And I shall see you next time, I guess. Anyway, I shall see you for ECW specifically. And I'm sorry if I can't I can't talk. I can't talk at all today. I'm sorry. I really can't talk at all. Anyway, goodbye. Yeah.